Come on in, everyone. Come on in because we are here reviewing a 90-day fiancé before the 90 days. Yep, that's what we're reviewing. Y'all asked me to do it, so here I am. Y'all have shown up for me and watched everything I review, and I appreciate it. So I said, you know what? Let me do one for the team. The team said they want to see me review a 90-day fiancé before the 90 days. I hope y'all show up. I hope y'all show up and watch my reviews of this show because this stuff is wild. I'm going to need somebody to keep me company. I'm going to need somebody to keep me grounded on this show. So if you're here right now, I'm going to need you to like the video. I'm going to need you to subscribe, and I'm going to need you to drop down in those comments. That's going to be the price of admission because let me tell you, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Who we got on this show, y'all? We got Brian going to Brazil with his challenges. Like, we still ain't heard the whole story about why he is a quadriplegic. What y'all think it is? He was probably into some, I don't know. Was he gangbanging, y'all? Was he gangbanging? Is that what happened? He said he grew up in the rough streets of Chicago. He ain't revealed his secret on how he became a quadriplegic. We know what happened around 27. He got shot, and that's how it happened. Then we got the chicken lady. Renee with the chicken lady. We already see from the previews coming up, she going to get into it at the market. She going to get into it with the people in Nigeria at the market talking about let them chickens go. And she's with Chidi. So this is going to be the real Is Love Is Blind. This is the real Is Love Blind because Chidi on here as visually impaired. We got Tiger Lily. With a name like Tiger Lily, you know it's going to be a hot mess. Tiger Lily, girl, she thinks she's going to be the next queen of Jordan. I don't know what's going on with her marrying this 22-year-old Jordan Prince model. He ain't a prince, he a model. Then we got Lauren and Faith, y'all. This one right here took me for a whole loop. I was in Google all day. I'm gonna tell you right now, I was in Google all day because I had to look up all these terms. I didn't know what they meant. What was the one he called himself? Not a gynecologist, a gynosexual. Y'all, call me old, call me out of touch. I have no idea. I had no idea what it was. I had to Google it. So, I guess I'm going to learn something. I'm already learning something. So I hope y'all are here to learn with me because this is a lot, y'all. And come to find out, it looks like we're going to have to meet at least 2 or 3 other couples. So we'll see how this goes. We will see how this goes. But first of all, we got to talk about Renee, the chicken lady, and Chidi. And what we're hoping for is Love Is Blind. But we already saw the previews. I'm only on episode 1, y'all. We already saw the previews, and it don't look like love is going to be blind. But we're going to roll with it. We're going to roll with it. We're going to rock with it. And, Renee is from, where is Renee from? She's from New Mexico. And Chidi's from Lagos, Nigeria. Now, this is the first time I ever watched this show, y'all. So I didn't know that they always pair up an American with a foreign person. So the American's Renee. She is out here on this farm in Mexico. She got 130 chickens. She got pigs, she got goats, she got horses, she got all kinds of stuff. Let's just call her Old McDonald. Old McDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm, she had 130 chickens. And she been writing this Chidi fella because she's like, I need some love in my life. She done had, she got 2 children, 2 failed relationships. She never married any of the men. Come to find out, she says she's never been married to either of the men she had the children with. And she says because they was toxic. And no man has ever kissed her passionately. This is Renee's story. She says she's kind of happy to be with a blind man because she's always had body positivity issues. So she's like, good. I'm glad he won't be able to see me. She says because for most of her life, she's been having sex with her shirt on with the lights out. Girl, I don't know. So she says her prayers were answered. She was hoping for a man that couldn't see, and she got one because now she says she could walk around naked, do whatever the heck she wants to do, and he can't see her. Okay, whoever heard about that? Whoever heard about getting a blind man to date just because you have body positivity issues? At least she knows that she's got a few things wrong with her, because she does say she described herself as quirky and a weirdo all by herself. She's a loner. I guess she lives out like in the sticks, maybe far out in New Mexico. I've only been through New Mexico maybe once or twice. I drove through New Mexico. I'm here on the West Coast, but I never spent a whole lot of time in New Mexico. But it is a beautiful state. I will say that. It's got some very beautiful landscape, the mountains, the very beautiful. But I don't know where she lives. I think she must live far out. But she says she on her way to Nigeria. She says she's going to go to Lagos and get her Nigerian prince. Now, they've been dating for like 5 years. Some of these other couples, they haven't really been dating long, but they've been dating for 5 years. She says she was the first one to tell him that she loved him. And he was rapping to her online. She may be blind, but let me tell you, he know how to rap. He knew exactly what to say in those text messages and those voicemails that he sends, like through voice text. He knows how to charm a lady. You know, well, the thing about Chidi is he wasn't blind from birth. He didn't go blind till he was like 17 years old. So he still has a lot of memories. He still knows how to Mac. He still knows how to do a lot of things like people were doing who had their full sight. Because he definitely was proving that he knows. And this might be all prior to when he was saved, because now he's a born again Christian. He's saved. He's really deep into his Christian religion, which we know that's going to be a problem later on, because this girl, the chicken lady, has told us she believes in UFOs, aliens, and Illuminati. How the heck is the chicken lady who believes in Illuminati, UFOs, and aliens going to get with the devout Christian who prays 3-4 times a day and doesn't want to have sex before marriage? Oh, good Lord. What's going on out here in the world? What is going on in America? But hey, y'all, what did you think of that story of how Chidi lost his sight? He said he lost his sight from an apple falling from a tree. First, I was like, what? What now? Could you be telling the truth? What kind of apples do they have in Lagos, Nigeria? What kind of apple could fall from a tree and hit your eye to the point that eye starts losing the sight immediately? The healthcare in Lagos must be horrible. It's got to be horrible. What kind of apple? I mean, if an apple fell from a tree here, I'm thinking, would that mess up my eye like that? I mean, people get full-on baseballs hit at them and thrown in the head. They don't lose their whole eye. That was just so odd to me. And then I guess because he only had the use of one eye, and he was, trying to navigate life with just one eye, he tripped over something, hit his good eye on furniture or something. I don't know what he hit his good eye on. And then that messed up the good eye, and then he went completely blind. I don't know, y'all. This is just, what are the odds of this? I'm not saying I don't believe his story. I believe his story because I don't think he's lying. But I just was thinking, you got blinded by a bad apple. Well, I don't know. This chicken lady, she might be a bad apple too. She might be a bad apple. But they were showing a lot of scenes of him, going through Lagos, Nigeria, how he has to get around. She over here, when they first met, she was telling the story of how at first she didn't even know that he was blind, because she was over there sending him naked pictures and booty pics, and she was wondering why he didn't say anything complimentary to her. She was like, what's wrong? You don't like my body? You don't like my body? She was getting triggered. Then she found out he was blind, and she was like, oh, that's even better. That's even better. This girl who believes in UFOs, aliens, and Illuminati has said that she gonna try to flip Chidi. She gonna try to turn Chidi away from God. This was the most blasphemous thing I've ever heard. She said she's not gonna become a Christian. She's not gonna let Chidi influence her. She is on a mission to say, by the time he spent a little bit of time with me, I'm gonna flip him all the way out, and next thing you know, he's gonna be cursing God. That's so horrible. Who's got a plan like that to turn somebody away from God? I mean, most people just say if they don't believe in Christianity, well, you can have your own faith. This girl is running around talking about she gonna flip him to the point that he gonna turn away from God. That's horrible. Maybe an apple need to fall from the tree and strike her down, because that's some evil ways right there. That is some evil words. But even her family kind of knows she's a little bit off. They over here talking about, yeah, they may be blind physically, have a visual impairment, but Renee, she impaired emotionally. She got all these chickens running around. She said she make a whole lot of money with these chicken eggs, probably, because how much it costs for a dozen eggs these days? Down near $5. Now we know where all our money is going to. It's going to this chicken lady in New Mexico. She over there cleaning up. Talking about she best friends with the chickens, and the chickens look at her a certain kind of way, and the chickens are the nicest animals. They not nice. Have y'all ever been around some chickens? Chickens are mean. I don't care what this woman says. So if she thinks chickens are nice and she thinks she is nice, no wonder we about to see a bad attitude with her. So, they setting up the room. This is the only family that's happy to see the American coming, because Chide's family, the sister was like, she was excited about having this American come to her house and stay in her house. She's all excited, but we see the preview. She ain't gonna be excited for long. She gonna be trying to get that woman out of her house. Talking about she delusional. They already afraid of her. He afraid to tell her that, hey, we ain't gonna have sex before marriage. We're gonna put you in a separate room. We're gonna keep separate. No sex before marriage. We're gonna keep this sanctified and holy. He already afraid of what she gonna do. And he already says she got a temper. I guess 5 years. He says he's seen her bad attitude since they've been talking for 5 years. But he's praying and he's hoping to God that the Nigerian air will maybe calm her down a bit. It ain't gonna calm her down. We've seen the previews already. That Nigerian air is probably gonna inflame her, make her even worse. I really don't know what these two are hoping for. She thinks Chide gonna come to America, and what she say he could do, even though he's visually impaired, he knows how to mop floors, clean dishes, and peel potatoes. What's she looking for? She looking for extra hands around that farm for them 130 chickens. She gonna have this visually impaired man doing all kind of stuff. This is a hot mess, y'all. This is a hot mess. I have no idea where this is gonna go. But I don't think it's gonna go far. Because like I said, we saw the previews and she's already in a taxi going back to the airport. So it must not have lasted long. Maybe eventually he's going to come into America. I have no idea what's going on. But who else we think is going to get turned away at the door? Well, we know who it's going to be. It's going to be this Lauren fella. Get out your dictionaries. Get out your Google internet, because we're going to have a few terms we're going to have to look up. Why did this man say he 33 and broke and homeless? I said, homeless? What? You living in Vegas, you homeless? He said he couch surfing from friend to friend to friend to friend. What's your profession, Lauren? Lauren said he is a drag queen assistant. He the one that collects the money off the floor when people be throwing the dollar bills. Lord have mercy. I didn't even know this was a job. I've learned so much, y'all. I didn't even know that this was a job. He helping with the wigs. He helping with the drinks. He's like the right-hand assistant of all the drag queens. He picks the money up off the floor, saves it for him. He said he was born to do this kind of work. He said ever since he was young, all he's wanted to do is to please people. That's what he likes to do. He says, I like to please people. And he always felt no matter how hard he tried when he was young, he couldn't please anyone. So now he likes to do it. Well, he must like to do it a lot, because he's over here talking a whole lot of craziness. He wants to keep all his options open. He ain't got no boundaries. People got boundaries. People got lists. This Lauren fella, he believes in a whole lot of stuff. So first of all, let's get to what Lauren believes in. First of all, he tells us, well, no, people always think I'm gay, but I'm not gay. I'm gynosexual. And he's saying what he finds is a femininity attract. Let me Google gynosexual again. So any of you that don't know what it is, let me Google it. Gynosexual or gynosexual people, individuals who experience sexual attraction towards women, females, and or femininity, regardless of whether they are assigned female at birth. That's what gynosexual is. So individuals who experience sexual attraction towards women, females, and or femininity, regardless of whether they were assigned female at birth. So what he says is he finds femininity attractive. So I was like, okay, I got you. So he says he wants to date a trans person. So then I was confused. I said, okay, you want to date a trans person? And he said, yeah, but I want a trans person with a penis. He says, because it's fun to play with. So then I was like, does that mean you want a trans person? Does she have breast and a penis? So you like to play with the breast and then you also like to play with the penis? I'm so confused. It's like he pulled up to a window and the person on the other end said, hello, can I take your order? And he said, hello, yes, I like to order a trans woman. And the person's like, would you like a combo or do you just want the trans woman all by herself? Yeah, I like to order the trans woman with 2 breasts. And they're like, okay, what do you want to drink with that? He goes, I'll take a penis. And can you supersize it for $1.50 extra? Hold the onions and hold the pickles, because according to Lauren, the reason why he likes a trans woman with a penis is because he says the trans woman the penis smells different. It smells better because she takes care of it better. He said, I like to order a trans woman with 2 breasts, a penis, supersized. I told y'all it was going to be a hot mess. A hot mess. And then he said, just for kicks, y'all, he said he don't believe in monogamous relationships. He want to be a poly. Poly? How many options you got out here, Lauren? Poly means you have to have a lot of options. How many options do you even have to be poly? Good Lord. Good Lord. He going to the Philippines, y'all. He going to the Philippines to find him a ladyboy. You know, I haven't been to the Philippines, but I did go to Thailand, and it was the first time I saw ladyboys. And I'm gonna tell you something. Them ladyboys be fine, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Them ladyboys be fine. I was staring because I was like, I couldn't even believe they were ladyboys. They looked just like women. I was shocked. Couldn't believe it. So he says, I'm going to the Philippines to find me a lady boy. And, you know, if I can, I'm going to move there. Then I won't be homeless. He said he going to move in on this. What's his lady boy's name in the Philippines? Faith. He going to move in on Faith because Faith going to have a job. And then he going to hopefully get a job in the Philippines. Lauren, do you know how to speak the language, Lauren? Do you even know how to read the signs? Oh, good Lord. This is a hot mess. We see this ain't gonna end well either, because we see Faith in tears. Faith is in tears when she finally meets this man, saying, what kind of mess is this? What kind of mess is this? He already knew she was jealous. And then he spring this on her that, hey, by the way, I don't want to be monogamous. This is a mess, y'all. And he's all broke. He talking about he going to the Philippines. He done bought a ring. I looked at the ring. They said, how much this ring cost? He said $50. I think there's a lot of people out here tricking people with rings. These rings is looking good. That ring was only $50. You would never tell. From afar, you could never tell that ring was $50. Don't get up close on it. But $50. Some of you people better take your ring to the who's the people that give you a, what's it called, an appraisal on your ring? Because I think there's a lot of fake cubic zirconia rings out here. Men that proposed, told these women they spent a lot of money on these rings, and these rings are $50. Because that ring that he got, that cubic zirconia ring, he said, I'm going to get a nice big old $50 ring, and I'm going to take it, and I'm going to propose to this woman. What? Wait a minute, y'all. Did you see the part where he's getting ready to be able to survive the heat in Thailand? So he over here cooking hot pot shrimp in a pot in the bathroom. He got all these hot stoves plugged in the bathroom. He gonna burn them people's houses down with all them pots plugged into them outlets with no surge protectors. He over there cooking in the bathroom, talking about he getting ready for the heat in Thailand, doing jumping jacks and push-ups like he Rocky Balboa. Something ain't right about Lauren. Something ain't right. He got a lot. There's something ain't right about him. There's some screws missing. There's screws missing. I can see it already. Well, he's on his way. We'll see him when he gets there. He said he ain't never traveled before. We could tell he ain't traveled because he had the middle seat all the way to Thailand. We know you ain't traveled when you picked the middle seat for that long flight to Thailand. I forget where he's from, but I know from here, I'm in California. It's about a 15-hour flight to get to Thailand. And the last seat you want to have is the middle seat. So we knew he was an inexperienced flyer. So he had the middle seat. What a hot mess. What a hot mess. So Brian caught his flight too. Brian has caught his flight. He's going to Brazil. He's going to Brazil to meet Ingrid. Ingrid's the hot chick he going to meet. And he been here before. When he started running down his history, that he's been married 4 times, y'all. One of them was he said 3 of them were to Americans. One's to a Brazilian. Plus he's had several failed engagements. What the heck is going on? This man is ordering wives and marrying women like I said, like Lauren, like he's driving up to a drive-through window ordering women. He needs to stop. Why does he need to get married? Just like his daughter said, why do you need to get married? Just go on over there and have a good time. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. But he's going over there. I mean, that little conversation they had with all the men and women who are playing rugby. So, he's like a professional rugby champion, probably for like the Special Olympics or something. They seem like they're pretty tough team. And they over there giving us education on Viagra and how it pertains to quadriplegics and having orgasms. I didn't need all this information. I really didn't need all this information. And who knew it would be so dangerous? They said that if they have, ejaculation, they could darn near cause aneurysm in their head. So is it worth dying for, Brian? Really? Is it worth dying for? I don't know. This just seems like a whole lot. But he says, I guess he says he's willing to risk it, y'all. He's willing to risk it. But I'm waiting to hear this story about this, how he got shot, because I guess it's a big story, because he said he was 27 years old and they started to carjack him, and they were like, get out your car, we're taking your car. And he thought he was some big bad tough guy. He was going to fight the guy off, and he got shot. Folks, if you ever get carjacked, just give them the keys. Whatever it is they want to take, it ain't worth the fight. Let these little knuckleheads take whatever. If they want your car, they want your purse, they want your wallet, they want your watch, whatever they want, it is not worth your life, and it's definitely not worth losing your legs over. And he lost the use of his legs, and he has lost the use of like his limbs. So he's not just paralyzed, like a paraplegic. He's like a quadriplegic. But he fell in love with Brazil after he was traveling there for his rugby and everything. He fell in love with the women of Brazil. Ingrid's beautiful. She's real beautiful. His daughter was saying, what makes her different? He said, well, I think she's different because, she's got 2 kids and she ain't money hungry. I guess he felt like all the other women was just using him for his money or to get to America and get some U.S. citizenship. I don't know. But he come to find out Ingrid ain't even told her family, ain't told her daddy and nothing about him. So maybe Ingrid ain't that different. Maybe Ingrid is just playing it more safe. She ain't telling him yet because he on his way on a flight and Ingrid ain't even told the family yet. This ain't gonna go well. What are they gonna do? Come up knocking on the door? They're gonna be like, who are you? They worried that she thinking he is her meal ticket out of Brazil. But in the end, I mean, what he got to lose? I don't think he got a whole lot of money. So, hey, you get married, it don't work out. If you ain't got a whole lot of money, what's there to lose? I don't know. Maybe your heart broken. If I was his daughter, I'd let him do whatever the hell he wants to do. He had enough. He's had enough going on in his life. If he wants to live a little bit and live in this fantasy world, live it up, Brian. Live up your fantasy world, even if it come crashing down. So what? You done had a rough life. You done had a rough life, and hey, I'm excited for you. Enjoy your 15 seconds of fame. Enjoy your 15 seconds of fantasy. Because that's all it is. That's why he be getting married and get disappointed. He just want to live out some fantasies. And as long as he's willing to put his own heart on the line, his risk. If he ain't got a whole lot of money, then what's the risk? What is the risk? Ain't none. Ain't no risk. Go on, do your thing, Brian. Do your thing. But somebody who does have something at risk is this Tiger Lily lady. That cannot be her birth name, y'all. Tiger Lily? For real? She said she was married originally to some real rich man. And she got divorced from him because he was too controlling. And when she divorced him, she got a whole lot of money. So she's independently wealthy now. Go on, girl. She started introducing herself, talking about she real health conscious. She likes to spend a lot of money on things that, that improve her health. Fancy sunglasses because it protects her eyes. Fancy shoes because they protect her shoes. Fancy cars because they protect her whole body. This girl is funny. She 41 and her love interest, Adnan, he's 22. He's supposed to be a model. Oh, how this gonna go? How is this gonna go? And the crazy thing about it is she says she left the first message because she felt it was too controlling and the man was always telling her what to do. And now here she is about to marry into the Muslim culture. And she says Adnan already is telling her what she can and cannot wear. And I was like, well, will that feel controlling to you if you're not a Muslim? I hope she knows she's going to have to convert. I hope she knows she's going to have to convert. So, but I guess she says this type of controlling feels different to her because maybe she feels it's because of a religion. It's tied to something. Where before her ex-husband, he was the opposite. He actually wanted her to dress more revealing so she could be like arm candy to him. So maybe she felt like the husband exploited her, but yet Adnan, because it's more of religious and he wants her to dress more demure and more covered up, it is more honoring her. So I could see that part, but so I could see that part. I'll tell you this, when I visited Dubai and we went to one of the mosques just to see it, you got to dress like in their traditional, you got to be covered up. So I went covered up and everything just so we could go inside these beautiful mosques just to see. It's very, 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 very beautiful. Maybe I'll put up a picture or two when I get ready to edit this video, if I can find a picture of when I was dressed. And but the hijabs are very, they're very, very beautiful. Some of them can get very elaborate and very expensive. So I'm sure she'll like that because she'll get to go shopping with that. She said he planning the whole wedding. She hasn't had to do not a thing. Just show up and bring her gown. She has not done a thing. But I guess she's feeling comfortable because according to her, she done analyze his handwriting. This is all this girl needed was to analyze the handwriting. She said she said from the handwriting she realized that he's optimistic and he has high self-esteem. That's good, because that's good, girl. Her life coach tried to warn her, girl, I don't think you need to do this, and if you do it, aren't you afraid He gonna take all your money? Because hers is a little different from everybody. What she said is not only is she going to meet this fella, when she goes there, they're gonna get married the very same day, or is it the next day? I don't know. It's like, oh yeah, it's the day they meet, they're gonna get married. So she, unlike these other couples, she's not just going there to play around. She going there to get married. And he said, yeah, that's what's got to happen in our culture, because in our culture, Muslim culture, we can't even be seen together. We can't be in the room together. We can't show any physical affection whatsoever unless we're married. So he's like, we got to do this right away. Right away. She ain't scared. Everybody trying to warn her. She says she's a good judge of character. I don't believe her. I don't think she's a good judge of character at all. And you know what the red flag was to me about her? When she started talking about all her friends are her paid staff. She don't have no real friends. All her friends are people that she paid for. She paying them. They on the payroll. They either her hairstylist, her nail tech, her injection specialist. She don't have no friends. No other friends. That's a red flag. That is a red flag. Why don't she have no friends? Just because she's rich, she thinks she can have no friends? That's a red flag. So I'm sure we're going to be seeing some stuff about her pretty soon. Pretty soon we're going to be seeing some stuff about her, because that's a red flag that you don't have no friends except the people you're paying. The person that does your hair and your nails. That don't even really make no sense. But that's all we got for episode 1, y'all. That's all we got. I'll have to watch episode 2. I see where it goes from there. But y'all better show up. Y'all better show up and watch these shows with me, because if y'all don't show up, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it, because this is getting wild already. It's getting really, really wild. But that's it. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.